Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, it's Feed the Geeks 5. We did it.
It's 5 or 6.
Oh, fuck! No!
It seems like
Let me look at the calendar!
it's episode 6. Feels like Bayani's.
No, it's Feed the Geeks 5, bro.
Oh, okay, it's episode 5.
Because
sorry.
we skipped like our last recording.
Mhm.
Okay, wala na dayo na tong guest. So right now it's Feed the Geeks 5.
Okay, so we're in episode 5 and we have a special guest.
Yeah, also for Pride Month, among straight friend.
The straightest friend that you know.
Our straight friend Ivo is here for Pride Month.
Hello.
Yeah,
Thank you for
sorry.
having me in Feed the Geeks podcast.
Yeah.
It took you a while.
Yeah.
Episode 5 or 6, whichever it is. I'm kind of hurt nga.
I'm sorry, it
It took
was
this
Pride
long.
Month and
We needed someone so bad.
we needed the gays, but they were afraid of catching the Rona, so
Yeah.
wala sila.
But yeah, now I'm here and
Let's talk about something na lang na wala representation, and that's E3.
Wala representation.
great segue. Really good
Gaming
segue.
in a nutshell. There's no politics in gaming. So anyway, I'm 30 and I have
I'm
Bayani,
our co-host Bayani, and we're pop culture news writers. So what we do
quote
is
unquote news writers.
we scavenge. We traverse the news cycle every week, and then we come together and then we
Mhm.
react to them.
Basically Twitter.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Mhm.
So the big news for this week was E3, which finished yesterday.
Yesterday, Kadlaon.
Yeah.
And it ended with arang-arang ra with Nintendo when their
Mhm.
Japanese nga influenza gaming.
What? Not a joke.
it was okay. But the general thing sa E3 karon kay it wasn't the most jam-packed nga E3 ever.
I felt like that's always been the problem of E3, mangyud. I mean, E3 for me was all about the booths, not the
Mhm.
trailers.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
So
take
may
away
nasa boots.
because E3 used to be like when back in my time.
time.
Magazines pa ba?
Wow.
In the
That's,
Cretaceous period.
Back in magazines pa ba? So journalists would go to E3 to try
Yeah.
new games specifically
Oh.
and try new hardware instead
It's
of
like Arcon, man.
So wala yung mga trailer drops.
there's trailer drops of course, but like you go there for the booths. And then the news aggregates sa mga tao nga wa kaadto nga this is what we tried. Yeah, slashing a big part of that just shows you how unnecessary E3 probably
Yep.
is in the current space na.
And it's also evident kay Sony wasn't around ba, diba?
They already have their own
Sila
direct
na.
show.
Nag-release naman sila sa ilang mga katong Horizon.
Yep.
Yeah,
Kasi
which is exactly. They have their own
directs.
con na ba?
They realized ba nga, we don't need E3 anymore. Unsa naman we don't need to put trailers. We don't have to pay for our money here just to showcase our games for nga ato apig nga IP. So they realized we can just do it on our own raman. That's why ang E3 ni suffers siya in quality recently kay
Past 5 years probably. I feel like E3
Who runs
is
that? It's the ugly sister of Comic-Con.
I don't know. It's
I mean, Comic-Con is already fairly ugly to an extent.
The equally grotesque sister of Comic-Con.
E3 was run by like an organization sa nga gaming set.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's also a hint of kuan with E3 ba nga. There's a hint of excitement with E3 because you go there for I can't wait to try the new game. I can't wait to try. It's always try. It's not like I wonder if they'll drop a new trailer for kuan because
Yeah, I guess.
they could probably just do that anytime now because of YouTube. Sa una lagi kay you had to rely on magazines and trust that the magazines would tell you
the truth.
like this trailer was bomb ass or this trailer was not.
They could even like give you like demo CDs ba, diba?
Oh, you remember?
really?
Yeah. In E3 before, the trailers came with your demo CDs that you got in goodie bags at E3.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, imo ring ibutang yung CD-ROM before sa itong mga PC. Install ra ka.
Wow.
So
It was
you would know all
golden
about that,
days.
wouldn't you,
Yeah.
Ivo?
I mean, gaming wise, background wise, I started really paying attention to all this stuff when I was probably 10, 12, like kanang
Wow.
early
A prodigy.
early kanang
Prodigy
one of-
neckbeard.
early kanang I started sprouting neckbeards at that time, which is actually kind of relevant to the topic.
Yeah,
but
What
around that time, 12 guy, there used to be a stand in SM. I forget the name, but it used to sell like FHMs, Maxims, and it also sold Game Informer, like all those kanang magazines. And I used to like scrounge up money, not buy every month, but like every time E3 rolls around and Video Game Awards roll around.
Also,
I would buy because that's where the most content is.
Oh yeah.
I remember I bought the one with God of War 2, announcing the God of War 2. It was on the cover. Yeah, lagi comparing E3 before and then E3 before was like that is the mecca of information in terms of a young internet or a young kanang globalization of the world nga wala pa kayo information. That's where you get everything.
Yeah.
You open the magazine, it's like holy shit, they're making a new Metroid. I was like,
and that's how you figured out about it.
Yeah, that's how you feel like the biggest nerd at the playground.
Yeah.
It's like you have the latest Game Informer, you have the latest GameSpot used to have like a booklet.
Hilas dyan ka, no? Kay Game Informer, GameSpot. Ako, K-Zone naman gito.
Oh, K-Zone sad. K-Zone also
K-Zone.
That was my
got to that
introduction
point,
ng mga E3 games and mga Final Fantasy.
Maybe it's a 2-year gap na to, Ivan, no? Like, it makes... You're so close yet so far.
Just 4 years. 4-3, I think. But I think kuhan lang, Marag. Kamo manggod, I think you guys started with earliest internet, giba? So, Marag, na-focus mo on internet niya. I held on to magazines, siguro niya. I kept buying magazines.
So, kuhan pala, you were there when it was written.
Don't send the dark, literally.
in a way.
I figured out about E3 ka nang nag-work na ko for mga game sites and then mag-wonder ko, daga nag-hype aning E3.
So this was
what
like
the fuck is E3?
2010 above, nakaka-discover.
Yeah, like after college na ko nakabaw na, there's a Comic-Con for games only and it's E3. And,
yeah, there's also slight problems. Do you feel like there's kanang bastardization of cons? There's Comic-Cons, there's Penny Arcade, there's Video Game Awards, there's Sony Direct, there's Nintendo Direct.
How would you think na bastardized? Yeah.
It's too much. It's way too much.
Just feel recently, nag-release ang The Witcher Con, sad.
Oh, Witcher Con.
Like, what's happening about? What's this about?
For me, it's like, I think it's the smaller towns na lang na wala sila big con, so nag-make na lang sila lang own thing.
But
there's even a con for Eve, though. Eve Online.
How? Actually, kung Destiny, ganyan naman yung Destiny Con.
Oh, yeah.
Like, tanan nga kuan ron, gihimuan na ganilang cons.
There's a Minecraft Con. There was a Tumblr Con, even though it failed.
Con ra gid.
Tumblr Con?
Yeah.
Based on the website Tumblr?
Based on the website Tumblr, yes.
Wow, that's so lame.
If you have the time, listeners, take the time to watch Internet Historian's video on how big a fail the Tumblr Con was.
Is that the one nga to na ay swimming pool nga?
Oh, full of balls.
Full of balls?
Pero it's like literally a child-sized swimming pool. Kaya nag-promise sila ball pit sa ilahan. Our con is gonna have a ball pit, blah blah blah.
I don't think that's Tumblr Con. Like ito.
I feel like it's
na-term to, free con something.
Dashcon, I think.
Dashcon, yeah.
Because it's Tumblr.
Dashcon, combination na siya sa kanang mga furry, that's like furry communities na nasa involved. That's why
Tumblr birthed.
Cringy. You should check that video out.
What?
Are you aware of Internet Historian?
No.
Kuha na siya. Literally,
siya?
he's an internet historian.
Okay.
He makes like an hour videos and I'm talking about mga internet topics nga.
Documentaries that would interest you and me. Neckbeards.
Hey man, I can't grow one if I wanted to.
I mean, I shaved.
Neckbeard spirit.
Guys, we can. Buti mabuhat na natong buhat. Kuan sad. He talked about No Man's Sky and Redemption Arcs.
Fire Festival.
GameSpot.
Okay.
Basta Internet Historian.
Okay.
Check that out.
You guys should stop listening to our podcast now and go to that. I'm just kidding.
No. We're gonna talk about the E3 reveals now. Are we?
Yeah.
Are we done with this story now?
Yeah.
I don't know how to build up to kind of more like E3. Do you want to go small topics?
You can start with what were you most excited to see in the recent E3? What did you take away from it?
Gaming writer, gaming journal.
As a gaming journalist.
Yeah, as a gaming journalist and a gamer, you get excited about two different things, man, right? Oh, I'm a gaming journalist. I'm excited to write so many things about this. Like how when Anthem came out, I'd imagine if I was a gaming journalist, I'd be like, there's so much content here.
Ang ako namang, pag mag-cover ko games is like, I'm aware of the AAA games that come out, and then I watch out for the big studios. So I didn't know what to expect, but I was waiting for the big studios to drop whatever they had. And then so ninggawas of a lot of people didn't like the Square Enix panel though.
Yup, that was bad. Kaya ang ilahang pang talk nito kay we already know. Unsa ni sila?
So itong Guardians, did you know about it?
Nobody knows about
Guardians
Guardians yet. Everyone was expecting DLC na sila for
It was rumored.
Avengers. Yeah. But then it surprised me, to be honest, ang Guardians na game nga.
What do you think about
What
it?
the fuck were they thinking? Who asked for this? Nga, we need a Guardians game.
Stop!
That is what I
Analagay.
felt good with the whole Square Enix panel. There was an Avengers roadmap,
Panther?
which is
Which is okay.
To be
Kailangan
fair, it was already part of an existing game, so kanang they had to make more para ato ba nga game. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy was like, alright, who asked for this? And then there was a Devil May Cry type of Final Fantasy game, and then the Final Fantasy fans were just like,
chaos.
who the hell asked for this? This is like anti-Final Fantasy na yun. And then, Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy. I'm like, okay, we're doing this again.
Remaster, what does that mean?
Wait, but isn't Pixel sa magyapon ng Final Fantasy to begin with?
This is a weird
Wait, Final
timeline.
Fantasy what? Is
1 to
getting a
6.
1 to 6. So
It's
this
getting
is
a re-release.
okay, so they're making it so that mo play siya on
Steam and
new gen consoles.
Yeah.
but
Steam
still
lang.
with the pixel art kay. For me, sad, I followed Final Fantasy games for a while again. Neckbeard thing. So they released the original Final Fantasy on most of it. The Pixel Final Fantasy was on the SNES. SNES.
SNES.
SNES or whatever. Or Famcom or what have you, but 2D consoles. And then they remastered some of those Pixel games for PS1. Alright? So that's already remaster number 2. The third one came in the remasters for phone and Windows. They removed all the sprite, kanang animation. They made it all chibi-ish. Kanang they made it solid in a way nga murag gyapon siya gidrawing, but like it's really wrong. It just looks wrong.
Wow, it's not like a purist.
I remember.
No, it's not about purist. It's about kanang the art looks off bitaw kay it's chibi, it's circular arms kay they tried to copy the Pixel. It's all blocky arms probably. So it's like circular now. Okay, they made it more realistic, but they still tried to maintain the 2D aspect of it. Not a lot of people like that.
Yeah, but
so that's the third remaster for phones and PC. This is gonna be the fourth, where they're like, alright, you didn't like our chibi remaster, we're gonna go back to the original version of how they were made, Pixel, but now you can play them on your phones and on PC.
Yeah, isn't that what you like?
That's what I like,
Yeah,
but I feel like
Who asked for it?
who asked for it, bitaw? Like,
pero
what a bunch of entitled gamers
we could
on
say-
this table.
We could say mga re-releases, it's to cater to the new audiences.
Exactly.
The Final Fantasy series evolved na ba? Yeah, with 7 Remake getting a part 2 next time.
it already has a part 2, the intermission.
Intergrade.
Integrate, yeah, yes.
The
Is it a whole new
Yeah,
thing?
I heard it was great, pero DLC na gud siya.
Yeah, it's just
ipununaon
one extra chapter
Yeah.
with
with the Yuffie.
Yuffie.
Waifu
I want this to be on record. I don't like Tetsuya Nomura at all.
Who's
No,
that?
to be honest,
I don't know if he kanang
He's
messed
the
up
man.
Kingdom Hearts 3, but he's so a lot of his work shows a lot of his edgelordness in a way. He was the director of Final Fantasy 15.
before.
Synoptis?
Before
Before
that
it got
describes
booted
a lot of what most Final Fantasy kanang I hate to say this, purists don't like about Tetsuya Nomura because he took Final Fantasy to a very different direction.
Yeah.
And look at what 16. You guys remember the trailer for FF16
Yeah.
where it's all cool guy. Kanang I have a sword. I'm like Noctis.
But then again, it's not Tetsuya Nomura involved yet, diba?
he started.
I think it's
60s.
pandering. It's pandering to a specific like age group na mura kanang.
They grew up with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Or no,
and
the
now it's-
emos. Or
But that's the issue, okay? Tetsuya Nomura is still hung up on ang idea.
oh yeah, but
The market
as long
is
as
still,
there's an audience for it, like mura.
and
I
there's,
build it, they will come.
there's still an audience yun. Unfortunately.
most na ako, I criticize it from an outsider's perspective. I'm sure there's countless of kanang board meetings na siguro na sila yung mga computations nga kanang kuan, everything is through an algorithm nga nindot siguro nindot ni atong character kay kanang dark emo hair
Edgelord.
nga kuan,
With-
edgelord.
Final Fantasy 7 is
With a
like
keyblade
that.
as a weapon.
I'm feeling hate cloud.
Seven for me changed the way I view RPG, but I don't see it as high of a pedestal. As
But we
other
have to
people
go back to Tetsuya Nomura. Why do you think he's a kuan?
He's fun gido. A lot of his kanang faults come from his perfectionism and kanang mo lagi na kanang forced realism in an otherwise pretty much goofy ass world.
But yeah, goofy man good. But you have to admit nga yung mga concepts kay out of this world nga we like remember good.
I don't know. Me personally, Tetsuya Nomura is straying away from what I liked about Final Fantasy, which is going to a new place, a vaguely medieval, vaguely scientific setting, and then hacking, slashing. Murag 9, 10, 12. Murag, those for me are 6, 5. Those for me are the
Are those the one with
perfect
the ball?
Purist,
Lagi,
purist.
I mean that's how I like my fantasy. When somebody says Final Fantasy, that's always what comes into my mind. And yeah, you see shades of Nomura's influence na in 13. It's all about future. It's all about kanang. It's no longer about an adventure. It's all about kanang cataclysm that needs to be avoided with like a car or
a typical JRPG plot. Diba?
Lagi, pero I don't know. It went to a direction that I personally do not see in Final Fantasy. Brag, I would have expected it in Persona. In your Persona gani, I really like Persona, but
Persona,
a lot of
like those games that you play, the anime ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
anyway.
Sorry, I'm trying to fill in for the audience.
What do you think about,
Persona is also a fantastic RPG. Fantastic RPG, and it fits.
It combines visual novel and
It
turn-based.
fits the aesthetic of being a high school kuan ba. Mura ganig a lot of what Nomura is doing is murag, oh, I like what Persona is doing. Let me try to put that in Final Fantasy. Let me make them high schoolers or let me make them kuan.
Pero common naman na sa mga Japanese creators nga, inanagid ilang themes nga, high school setting,
I guess.
kids
Yeah, it's
nga.
to pander to the age group, the
I guess.
preteens.
Mga animes good. Mga
The animes.
The animes.
like if you really think about it, maybe the previous Final Fantasy titles I mentioned, katong the games that I like, maybe they're the outliers. Maybe they're maybe they didn't stand for JRPG. JRPG is supposed to be edgelordy and kuan.
Pero Final Fantasy isn't Tetsuya Nomura gid ba ya? I mean, it's not just about him.
No,
So
the
the games
15 yun, 15, 13 yun. Murag, so good na siya. And then Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. One could say magod nga he's just making shit up as he goes. Mama na ang theory yun.
Kaya
This guy has no idea what he's doing.
He took 15 years, I think, for 15, right? And then he was booted nga.
Booted out.
Somebody has to finish this. Just stop.
Na Kojima siya, to be honest, na sobrahan niya ang creative power and then gibut out gid siya nga you're not making this better for 15. Nailisdan siya to yung other guy nga si, I don't know what's his name. Pero at least nabawi ang 15, pero daghan nga big fragments nga nakuwangan gid.
Oh, kaya mga DLC got cancelled. I mean, taking it back to E3 lang, like with the Final Fantasy talk, this new Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy thing, we're looking at it, ba? It's just like, what's this? It's just like an extension of a 15 nga kanang murag. We're all Devil May Cry now? Is this what...
We're all Devil May Cry.
Here's the kuan nga nag-shirt ang guy set in a medieval world full of demons, ha? Nag-shirt ra siya.
Punk
He's
shirt.
wearing a shirt.
Black wife beater.
And then he's, na siya kauban nga black guy and then a dude with red hair. They're wearing kanang modern mga outfit ba?
You're not describing Ghost Fighter or something, right?
No, in a way we could. Arguably we could, but like it's supposed to be prequel for all Final Fantasy games. It's the
No
first
way.
appearance of Chaos.
Could it be nga kanang ni time travel na sila from future?
I'm reserving my initially I'm gonna say this nga, I don't like it so far. I'm waiting to be disproved nga kanang.
I was checking the gameplay and it looks smooth man.
Oh,
to be
Devil May
fair.
Cry. It looks like Devil
Some
May
would
Cry.
say daw nga it's a reskin sa Neo. Okay, it's from the same creator sa Neo.
Team Ninja.
Nakanotice ng mga tao nga, what the hell? This is just the same assets nga gibuhat. Same monster animations. Pero it's just with Final Fantasy UI plastered all over.
Well, let's take it back to Bayani. Bayani didn't really actually say what game he was excited
No,
about in
because
E3.
I'm not excited for like specific games. It's like Star Wars naman akong... It's like, but I don't care about Fallen Order because I kind of hate Jedi people now. Because they're the ones who are kind of ruining the fandom. In my opinion. They're the edgelords, June. No Jedi Sith likers. Fuck those guys. Anyway, maganda lang ko sa Square Enix. Did you like the Guardians one?
It nag-reserve sa kong opinion kay naganahan ko sa redesigns.
I don't like how he
Exactly,
looks like
Peter Quill.
Grindelwald from Fantastic
Si Peter
Beasts.
Quill kaya tagignaong bito.
But ganahan ko sa Square Enix literally went, we have MCU at home. It's close enough to the movie designs, but then different enough to be like, it's its own thing.
Yeah, pero on the question again, who asked for this?
I like to keep going to the what James Gunn said. No, don't bating a criticism ang who asked for this, but open yourself up to someone made this game because they want to tease you with something incredibly new. So don't go who asked for this, but go what does this want to give me?
But what's new in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Part of me said is big cynical jerk, man. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at all these games and I'm like, did they miss time development for this? Were they supposed to release this alongside the end of Avengers?
Yeah, I could say DLC on tanino.
Or not DLC, but like
expansion.
as the movies were releasing ba?
No.
I could see them they were trying to develop it as fast as possible so that dungan siya sa Infinity War, dungan siya release para nagyapon siya sa general zeitgeist of people.
I think it's hard to do that because these AAA games take a ridiculous amount of work
and manpower.
Yeah,
and
so they
hours
can't be like PS2 times where there's like a game that comes out with a movie. And then it's like
Not a new movie,
like
gaming movie.
Return of the King was like, it's my all-time favorite game, but you can't make that anymore because grabe naka-raised ang standards ng mga tao. So when it comes to these things, it's like Square Enix is given the impossible task of trying to compete with the movies, and they fucking failed with Avengers A-Day.
Namawi biya sila with DLCs gyapon.
But it's hard, biya. I imagine that there's just a bunch of people who are like, people just want to make a game, and then a lot of people are like, what if we put Iron Man in it? And then what if we
there's a lot of people behind them nga kanang, I kind of want to play Iron Man. Can you do that for me?
Can I play everyone and then make it so that each enemy interacts differently with each one? And I want one to fly, but the other one can't fly. So yung place.
There's an anecdote I'm gonna share about something like that. If you guys watch the documentary of kanang Anthem, it wasn't a documentary per se, but like it was a video discussing how Anthem failed. A year before Anthem came out, they tried to put together a demo and presented it to their head. I forget the name, but to the head of probably BioWare. I don't recall, but they didn't have a complete game yet, and they gave it to the dude. Yeah, they gave him two versions, one where it could fly and one where it couldn't.
Really?
And then the dude played the non-flying one first, and then he was like, I wish I could fly, And then gi-add them to play
So
them niya sa.
playtesting ni?
No, this was kanang pitch pa sila.
Okay.
A year before or 2 years before. Basta it was very crunch ba niya. Pag-ana na sa dude, this is cool, I like this. I like flying. Unya-ana din sila nga, is that what we're making? Kanang dili na daw sila sure pa ba. Nga, flying is such a big focus in Anthem karon. But it's just funny to what you said nga, I want to be like Iron Man. Anthem happened said nga, I want to fly. Can you guys make flying? And they were like, but our levels aren't even vertical. It's supposed to be similar to Mass Effect kung noon tang cover-based kuan. So that changed.
But it evolved sila into a looter shooter, no?
Which is really
Anthem or Avengers?
Anthem.
Because I only played the demo.
Anthem. We're talking about Anthem. Right?
Yeah, Anthem.
Yeah.
And Avengers is a looter shooter ba?
Yeah, and then it's a very generic one. I think I only played the demo, but the people who played it are they say that everything is just repetitive and it tries to make these side missions seem like different, but they're not really.
That's the issue sa kanang mga looter shooters karon. Okay, they're trying to compete with Bungie's Destiny, man good.
And Warframe.
Warframe stood on its own kay nasla unique nga frame, ilang Warframes good nga kuan gyud.
Every map set sa Warframe is randomized, and as far as I can tell,
I forgot about
every mission you do is like you have a map tile set, it randomizes it. So there's no sense of repetition per se.
Yeah, ang endgame content for Warframe kay rewarding pod like Destiny. But in any nga games, when you're making a looter shooter, my god, you have to make sure nga yung endgame content kay satisfying pod. This is the same with Outriders and Goan. Nga ni-fail sila ani.
So, it's a bad game, that's it. Okay, listeners, it's a bad game. That's all you need to know.
I think Guardians can be different since you can only play as one character. Maybe it's more narrative focused this time around. And I think that could be a strength. But so far, I'm not really excited for any of the games. Do you like Ubisoft Avatar? Are you excited for Avatar?
That surprised me as well. Nga, there's an Avatar game coming.
Yeah, because in 2022, Avatar 2 is gonna come out, the movie.
Mas nauna pa gawa.
So I think this is a prequel.
This is a bridge, though.
Yeah, it's Frontiers of Pandora.
It's a bridge, so it's like what happens between 1 and 2. So I don't know if it's correct, but they said James Cameron also has some input. With God.
Okay.
Pero I maintain masagyod nga you can only use franchise power so much. Like it could be Avatar, it could be Mickey Mouse, it could be Avengers. If the gameplay isn't fun, the gamers generally don't give a shit. Okay, if the gamers only cared about franchises or franchise power, they wouldn't have tried Demon Souls when it came out or Dark Souls when it came out, diba? They would have been like, why am I not playing as Cloud? Or why am I not playing as Iron Man? At the end of the day, I feel like Avengers and maybe some of the games that we're seeing on E3 might fail because the gameplay loop itself is not kanang rewarding to play.
Muna ang criticism ni Girlfriend Reviews Fallen Order. Like, this is actually just vanilla Dark Souls, but it's Star Wars, so of course it's a big hit. But I think Avatar has potential man for world exploring, and then it's like
knowing Ubisoft nga with their open world nga talent.
God, Jesus Christ.
Imagine Pandora in Ubisoft.
Oh my God, do I have to
climb? It's like Red Dead Redemption but aliens, and then you can mount the fly things.
Can you imagine? I can imagine a loop in kanang Avatar na. I haven't seen the trailer properly. I don't know why.
It's just cinematic.
It looks just like the movie.
There's nothing.
But I can imagine if Ubisoft is involved, there might be towers that you have to climb and synchronize, and then
so like you unlock the tower so that you can unlock the map. And then this is where all the missions are. One of them is you sneak around the enemy camp.
I think that's what you're gonna expect.
Hopefully, there's no what's it called? The eagle dive, the leap of faith.
Yeah, the leap of faith.
Leap of faith.
The leap of faith could be used katong mga pterodactyls.
Yeah, you catch the pterodactyl.
That's how it works. Expect that, okay?
So
you heard it from us first. Mo ganang buhaton sa Ubisoft.
And then ang haptic feedback mo ibutang sa mong head. Like mo merge yung imong.
How about the Navi sex? Mga dialogue na mag-sex.
Is it coming on PS5 or?
It's coming on
new gen consoles daw ang iyong exclusive, so
PS5.
don't expect it for PS4 na siguro.
Speaking of consoles though, I noticed the very big push of Xbox for this E3. It's not just an absence of PlayStation, it's most of the things that I've seen on E3 now are kanang available on Game Pass. Available on Game Pass.
So this is a good step sa gaming in the future. They're going for a subscription-based gaming.
It's like you won't need a console anymore. And I was already like, hula, bitaw, no? Like, it's essentially turning like the games into a Netflix.
Do you mean game streaming, not games?
Yeah, so cloud-based na siya. Xbox is pushing.
No, ang pasabot ni Thirdy is game subscription is you have to pay monthly.
Game Pass as well.
You get games
that's part of it.
It could work with Game Pass and the
streaming.
Yeah.
But cloud-based gaming, even though the internet in the Philippines is
shit,
garbage.
Wow. Is that French?
I think that's Butuanon. But I mean, less physical space for games or less games on my computer is always a welcome addition. No matter how junky it may be. I mean, we are gonna be the first adapters anyway. Like this technology is gonna get reiterated until hopefully I just have to pay $15 per month and I get to play any game I want without installing. Can you imagine that? No?
If only it's available sa ato. But
Oh yeah, wala
unfortunately,
Game Pass dili.
there's no Game
There's
Pass.
no Game Pass.
in
There's
the
no
Philippines.
there's no PlayStation Go. Sad.
Wala sa.
There's a lot of
We're not even included sa PlayStation regions.
regions. Yeah.
Yeah. Kita pa yung work around.
I have to pretend that I'm from Singapore.
Yeah.
Singapore,
I'm
Lay.
from Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
you're from Sydney, bro. Hello, Lay.
Sorry, my country is poor.
Natay ba to?
But yeah.
Like, sorry that everyone here can only play games on their phone now. Mobile Legends.
Mobile Legends. Oh.
Bro, like yeah, I really noticed your Xbox's big push. Yeah, I'm not much of an Xbox gamer myself.
Technology-wise, they're more impressive, I think.
Kay Microsoft gid ya. Nasa like best friend gid nilang technology
They
and
really made the backwards compatibility work.
Yeah, I might become an Xbox fanboy if ma-pull off yun nila. Because now, I don't console anymore. Diba? Because of the kuan. She took it away.
Okay.
So I
Sorry,
PC now.
sorry.
So I PC now. Before, I couldn't really care less about the Xbox announcements. This E3, talking about kanang what we were excited about this E3, but this recent E3, was seeing a lot of Xbox announcements for me was exciting. Number one, because they acquired Bethesda. And I'm a big Bethesda apologist, except for 76. Okay, most of their games I really liked, except for 76. Most of their games are buggy, but
Spain and
are buggy but very like really good experiences. So when Microsoft said, "No, we're buying Bethesda," I was like, "Oh shit, I might go Xbox now because they might be exclusives." And then when they said Game Pass, Game Pass exclusives, a lot of those games that I was excited about replaced. I was really excited about replaced the 2D.
that was really good.
Um,
It's like Katana Zero meets Blade Runner.
I know one of those games.
It's a side
scroller, but pixel art.
Yeah.
Kuan.
Okay.
I wishlisted that sa akong Steam Diretso good when I heard about it.
Yeah.
And back to your Xbox One.
Well, lagi, and then so now they're on Game Pass. So I'm like, so theoretically, I could play this in the future on my PC. Kaya Xbox Game Pass is on PC ba? And I just need a controller, even though the controller I have at home is PS4. I would still be like, kinda exciting ba that you only have to pay what? When the service is available in the Philippines,
$15.
you have to pay $15 and that's all the games you want to play.
But the thing ani Xbox kay limited running ang rent ang games. They could just like remove this game and then add another one in the future.
Like Netflix.
Yeah. So
Rotation na din.
you have a time. You have
okay.
limited ang time nimo to play these games.
Yeah, so rasad ka, so ma-push ka to play a specific game.
I mean, more competition is always good, in my opinion. Like, if Xbox is being this aggressive, it should mean PlayStation should step up to the challenge, and then as a result of their competition, kitang gamers ang magamahanan kay kanang, hinduta sa Xbox ay, on this side, hinduta sa PS4
But we're also getting fucked because like
we have to pay double.
Now we have to pay double for like two consoles.
The thing sa Sony said, ilang disadvantage na kay expensive na kailang games compared sa Game Pass or na Xbox. $15 on naon nimo. And then PlayStation 5 games right now ranges from $60 to $70 na.
It's $69.99 most of it.
The most expensive $70 kaya ang standard
For Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls.
Oh yeah, can you imagine paying $70 for Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
I'll wait when it's on sale.
Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit about Ratchet and Clank.
I'm not
Sorry,
talking
I'm a
shit.
Jack and Daxter boy.
Oh! I'm a Banjo-Kazooie guy myself.
What's that? Was that Dooney?
3 generations
Ano
of
yan, Mario?
Really, we're talking about kanang platformers with kanang sidekicks, di ba? Banjo-Kazooie, dude.
Ratchet and Clank, I enjoyed
Crash Bandicoot?
We didn't have a sidekick.
Si Bugo
Bugo.
It's not sidekick like kanang Ratchet and Clank
Yeah.
and Jack and Daxter nga parts sa gameplay. You get to wear him like 2 minutes every run. When you collect 3 of him, what a sidekick. Yeah. Pero lagi, I mean that's always been a main point for me is as long as the developers are competing, the developers are trying to one up each other, we end up with really good games.
The consumers are they're in a good place right now.
Are
Except
they?
sa pricing
Price
issue.
point,
I lost
yes.
my
Yeah,
fucking job. Oh, I'm in a good place right now. Thank God all the games are competing.
We both lost our jobs, alright? So just...
Fuck you, 30.
Poor guys, man.
I'm sorry. The games are competing. That's great.
Pero in terms of gameplays, no, Marag, this E3 was a little bit sparse. In terms of gameplay trailers, it's mostly cinematic.
And reveals lang. We're making this game. We're making this DLC.
So many people are cramming over Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh yeah, we should talk about Nintendo.
That's you.
It was the only good panel though, as per the internet. Now all of a sudden.
Xbox was great.
Why?
Ino ka Xbox.
Yan
Kay
naman.
ni spearhead gid sila silang Game Pass nga
Ato,
feature.
I didn't watch all of it, but like I saw the parts niya. I really like it niya. Bethesda has Starfield. It has a date now.
There's a date.
Diablo 2 is coming out.
The remaster.
Yeah.
Diablo 2 is coming out everywhere, man.
I'm not gonna pre-order it because I was burned with the Warcraft 3 remastered. But I most definitely will buy it once people say
It's good.
It's good.
So what if they don't say it?
Because I've already played this game before. Like I said, I'm iffy
Everyone
about...
at some point played Diablo 2.
Like I said, diba, before,
sorry, I played Torchlight.
Oh.
I'm iffy about remasters, but if they're remasters nga done right, I mean, what's wrong with bringing, like what you said, what's wrong with bringing old games to newer eyes, newer players? So, I'm gonna wait, because Warcraft 3 was really bad. Warcraft 3 refunded, as they called it. So...
Oh wait, did they refund you kasi Blizzard?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No. And it's there, because I had the mount on WoW as an exclusive.
Buyers were more.
Whatever. I mean... I still had a job then, so it's like, alright, I'll take the hit.
More than yung Cyberpunk.
I know that feeling.
No.
My God, Bayani.
Cyberpunk 2, I took the hit. I bought it.
I was on the base PS4 as well.
It's like everyone says it's bad, but maybe it's because everyone is cringe and I'm base.
But I enjoy the stories, so it's fine. The stories, the writing is nice anyway. Okay,
I played pag day 1 kay my internet was kanang blazing. So dali ra kay ko naka-patch. So I played it in its broken state yun on day 1. Like as soon as Data Blitz gave me the copy, lunchtime by the afternoon, I was already seeing, spoiler alert for people who haven't played the 1-year-old fucking game. The Mexican guy dies. Jackie. I was already at that part and I was like, Jesus, this is a buggy fuck. Parang di siya musud sa elevator.
He gave you a gun, muring bug daw. Instead of the microchip, kay pusil yung gihatag. Kay the visual glitch.
So ako do kay, and you can hear my PS4 just
Wait, fat PS4 ne?
Slim.
Slim.
I had that with Last of Us. I was just in the
on your
grass.
Pro?
Yeah, and it was going.
You're still on Pro, no? Japon.
I guess.
If you were to play Cyberpunk sa yung PS4 Pro, that would still be okay.
Okay, but it's still buggy lang.
Magi siya.
Whenever nabang Cyberpunk sa E3, did they like release the
No.
Zero communication.
Some gani of the games I was expecting an update on 16 because that's a mainline Final Fantasy title.
That's the thing that
There's
disappointed the Square Enix panel.
Is that the online
16.
one?
No, the new Final Fantasy video single player.
Oh, they're making
And then
another one.
Endwalker has a new expansion, right? No, FF14 has a new expansion called Endwalker, right? They didn't even mention that, which was weird to me. I know they've already had the press release for that, press content for that, but I would have expected it to be a part of the rotation lang ba, news rotation for E3, wala.
But you shouldn't have to worry naman na kay they have their own panel naman sa Square Enix. They could just give
Murag, most of the people I know said even people who aren't actively playing FF14 will buy Endwalker. Okay, we haven't been burnt so far with FF14.
How about
I'm gonna be a cat boy.
How about that Elden Ring? Huh?
Oh yeah,
Elden Ring.
We were discussing it last time, diba? But it wasn't recorded.
Oh wait, last time, si Ivo?
Yeah, on your birthday.
In your birthday.
Okay.
So
alright.
your opinion was you weren't looking forward to it, Kayo, because it's just the same. It's like Dark Souls.
I'm
aesthetic.
more of a gameplay and aesthetics guy. I could give a shit about new IP, whatever. If it looks nice, if it plays nice, I'm in.
But what was that you said nga you weren't...
It feels samey to me. It feels samey lang the world.
It's like,
I feel like I've played this game before with more systems. Like, okay, I have a mount now. Apparently, there's a Pokemon collecting part of the game. The news article just came out this morning. You can catch monsters and make them your Pokemon or whatever.
Mo siya imuhang pets. Pero they can aid you in battle.
Oh, but like I was really excited with when From Software released Sekiro, when they released Bloodborne. I was like, wow, new worlds. And yeah, to be fair, most of From Software games are about the same. Difficult, dodge, stamina management, whatever. So when Elden Ring came out, it had the same aesthetics as Dark Souls.
But it's difficult, hard, horse.
No,
You have a horse now.
Oh, diba? So the point that I felt was that since most of From Software games already feel to an extent similar already, I was hoping for a different look para it didn't feel too similar. Kay Sekiro was blocking and dodging, but it still was about stamina management, which Dark Souls
Sekiro
did a
was
lot.
tiring.
Oh. And then Bloodborne was about kanang
Being aggressive.
but it still was also about stamina management.
But we have
and
wala pa kayo
fireplaces.
tayo for Elden Ring's gameplay. There wasn't a lot.
Oh, wala pa. So
Maybe
we
there's
don't
a new
know
gimmick,
if
ani.
there's a new gimmick or it plays different
Oh,
or you
George
don't.
R. R. Martin wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, now I can read it on my
That's-
TV when I pause
Jesus.
it.
That's why it took a long
I'm
time.
so excited.
Let's take this moment to put on record that I frankly couldn't give less of a shit of George R. R. Martin anymore. I feel like he's procrastinating because he doesn't know how to end it. That's
And
my honest opinion.
said, like, I have a feeling na if he didn't get his famous lung, or like if he wasn't going to all the panels and doing all that shit, he would have finished it like properly without all that pressure. But
Yeah.
now he's like, oh, I have this meeting. And
He
then
made 10 books daw after writing Winds of Winter.
10 books per delay are related to Game of Thrones, right?
Some of it is related. I mean, there was that Targaryen, whatever.
yeah, and then they're all gonna spin off into a bunch of different series.
Yeah, he made 10 books before he can even
Yeah.
finish. What
Yeah,
are we
he's-
waiting on? Gani, what's
Winds
the
of
name?
Winter.
Busy.
Winds of Winter. Okay.
And then Up I Dream of Spring, if he's
Yeah.
ever gonna make that.
I think yun nga, the D&D ending is the actual ending lagi niya.
Yeah.
Because he's afraid.
No. The D&D ending is
Was
the
the
ending that
Cliff's
Martin
Notes?
told them.
Oh.
Is
And
the
then
Cliff's
it's
Notes
gonna-
version.
But
So maogi lagi to.
yeah, and then they were just like, how do we end this fast? And then no, nahitabo. Because Martin believed that they could have went for like 5 more seasons but with the material that they had.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wanted to work on Star Wars and then they fucked that up too. And now they're working for Netflix on your third eye problem.
Three body problem.
Oh,
my
I love that
God.
book and I hated
Wait.
nga kanang they attached D&D to that.
D&D to it.
It's such a
Nahadlok.
complex book. Such a purist.
At least it's complete
The
now.
hardest sci-fi I've ever read. Not ever read, sorry. It's
Sorry
too
if
much.
I'm sounding a bit kanang kuan, but I've read harder. But it's up there. But it's up there.
For me, maybe, because I only read like a few sci-fi books pa. We should talk about it.
Speaking of books and Netflix, you were very excited about Trese.
Oh, let's talk about that in our second thing. Did we wrap up our E3?
We still have like
Are
Breath
we
of the
done?
Wild to talk about.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say now it looks exactly like the first game.
But instead, you can fly na.
Oh, whoa,
There's also
you're
a
flying.
controversy about their refusing to release the subtitle for Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, because it might spoil the game though. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, ang name itself, like The Legend of
Yeah.
Zelda. Yeah.
You guys
Nobody
handle
wants-
this one. I'm not really a big Nintendo person.
Yeah, basically, it's just the next steps Breath of the Wild, and I hope nga they will introduce new mechanics.
There's that thingy where you go through the
Do you have a
water.
Switch ba?
Yeah, I got a Switch.
Oh my god, job people, no? People with jobs. He has a Switch and a PS4?
Is this a Switch Lite, man?
Fuck you, Nintendo, bro. Sorry that your mom bought you like N64.
I have no mom.
Okay, now you made me look like an asshole.
Well, this was the goal anyway. To be assholes.
My mom died.
Our producer just told us that we were too fucking nice. And then it's like, kailangan na na asshole gid. Like, oh, okay,
Well,
fuck
that's
you.
it. That's your asshole moment.
That's it. Asshole moment achieved. Now we're just gonna be nice to the rest of it. Okay, so we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna come back. E3 wrapped up.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, ingat lang Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about. Yung 2 minutes run teaser.
Exactly, it comes out 2022.
But they said nga it's there are 2 playable characters here. It's Zelda and Link.
Oh, so Zelda's playable now.
Zelda is playable like on the ground level na sa Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Ground level so we can't upskirt Zelda.
Wait, Zelda is hot, man. Breath of the Wild.
Just that one photo of her that keeps making the rounds of her butt.
Yeah.
You know? I don't get it. Why is this the viral one, like, nakabend over scene?
Kanya ko ba kay
Rule
Nintendo?
34, Zelda is like easily top 7 of all kanang degeneracy art on the internet.
Yeah, and it's
No,
like,
ganun.
because the graphics are so simple, it's easy to make authentic looking na hentai of it.
I love how Nintendo tries not to make them as lewd as possible.
The internet finds a way.
The internet finds a way, dude.
The
I'm sorry.
internet will find out how.
Yeah, but I guess that's it, and there's time travel
We'll be back.
involved.
Oh wait.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was your wrap up?
Yeah, wala to.
I'm so
We
sorry.
could continue.
What else is in it?
That's
Time
it.
travel?
That's it. Unfortunately, kana pa ang mga new info sa Zelda. So we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with Trese and
Loki.
All the other non-game stuff.
non-game stuff. Okay.
Alright.
Lingawa aning podcast, uy, pero usahay, gimingaw man ko anang lokal nga Cebuano music. Asa man ko makadungog ana? Pia?
Check out our friends from Pawn Records and Pawn Press, who recently migrated their local goods, music, and literature to online shopping channels Lazada and Shopee.
Lingawa ba sa aning spirals o burbs?
Support your favorite local authors, artists, and musicians. Score their books as well as physical releases. 60% of the profit will go directly to the authors and artists. Don't want to pay online? The good news is you can order these items via COD. So check out shopee.ph/pawnpress and lazada.com.ph/pawn-press now.
All right, we're back.
We are back.
So
Ivo's still here, and
Ivo.
then we have been joined by our producer, Ernest. and
Ernest.
Tiny. We don't know if they're gonna stay the whole time, but...
I don't know.
I know.
Katay.
Fine. So we're done with E3.
Mhm.
Storya natin kaning atong mga pang-consume na media.
Media we consume. Like I said, I don't have time for series. There's too
Wikipedia.
many series in the
Wikipedia,
world.
boy.
Dude. There's too many kanang good series that I really
Series.
Sirai?
More about
Syrups.
stuffs.
Sires. There's too many sires.
Series, and then naman ay series.
Moving on.
Grammar jokes aside, did you see kanang naman ka Twitter thread, diba? Kakita ka ng...
Gabi sa dana ng pangutan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What was I
yeah.
supposed to say? Nang trending ang kanang hashtag let Batman eat.
Yeah, because heroes don't do that though. What was that about, man, Benny?
Batman went trending because there was like an article na gawas na the Harley Quinn na animated. You watched that? Harley Quinn
No.
animated. It's
Is
very
it a
ru-
series?
It's a very raunchy
Then I
series.
don't watch it.
Okay.
How is it raunchy, man, for a DC? Actually, published.
It was originally on the DC Universe na streaming service, but then that thing got
Wait,
fucked.
hold up. There's a DC Universe streaming service?
There was a DC
Holy
Universe streaming
shit.
service.
Like I said, at the start of the second half, there's too many Sirai.
Sirai.
Sirai. Sirai.
Kung ba nag-gaslight din mo?
So Harley Quinn, they moved it to HBO Max, and it's basically like more gory. So it's like
Karen
a...
pa ko na.
More like Invincible ang iyong level of gore, but it's funny. I think they called it something like the Mary Tyler Moore Show, but it's Harley Quinn.
And it's feminist.
Yeah, it's
It's about
feminist.
lesbians.
Yeah.
So, ano nabot sila ng point nga heroes don't do that?
Yeah, because there was like an
Feminism.
article talking about what people...
For the people who are lost, the tweet is talking about how Batman does not perform Cunnilingus.
Yes, that's the
Cunnilingus.
Dili ko nilingay.
Cunnilingus multiple times? I don't know.
And nag-reveal ang showrunner na the WB execs asked us to remove that scene where Batman goes down on Catwoman, and then they asked why, is he a selfish lover? And it's like, no, it's because heroes don't do that. And then kanang
Official yun na ang heroes don't do.
official ang
Canon na
quote,
siya, canon
official
na
ang quote na heroes don't do that.
Canon na sa DC Universe, if hero ka, dili ka mo perform.
Yeah, exactly.
Tanan
And then
lore,
so
eh?
the entire like super Twitter just went crazy with like the superhero criticism na like what the fuck Batman di ka mang eat like what kind of selfish like blame
what does this imply? Does Wonder Woman not go down, son? Kay heroes don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Di ba? Like does Wonder Woman not give head?
Naway nabantayan.
Oh.
Kabantay mo nga ang tanan ra mga tag-as ug tangs nga characters.
Ang
Kay
mukha.
villains.
Kay mo go down sila.
Yeah, like Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, and then naggawas ang nga ng mga quotes of people just posting pictures of characters and going, this character definitely would. And then they would share panels of like more weird kinky sex that the heroes have. So
I
like,
mean, we saw Batman's penis? Gigaslight na ako. We saw Batman's penis on a comic
In a
book
comic.
3 years ago, I feel like 4
and
years
in the
ago.
New 52, he has sex with Catwoman, like na kinky shit sila, na costume na sila, and then nag-iyot sila sa Catwoman. And then,
I should have known this. I actually own more than 3 Batman kanang graphic novels.
wow, congratulations.
Hilas dito kay Juan.
Kato laging napami trabaho 30 kay kanang hilas jud may makagasto sa mong money. Karon wala naman ako to'y pamaligya. Kaya apparently di ko up to date with Batman lore. Kaya kanang sa akong head kay mag Cunnilinguini. I mean, what do you think? Should heroes go down?
Yeah, it's a matter of politeness. And then, like, see some people like Trevor Noah said, like, the only reason Batman has like the mask na open ang iyong face is because so that it's the only thing he can immediately go down. Hindi na siya magtangtang sa iyong suit.
So does that imply also nga there's an easy access same holes and to the recipients kay kadang mag-dock ang mouth ni Batman o maybe na zipper sa crotch area si Catwoman.
I wouldn't know. Catwoman isn't that kanang economically so spandex is siguro na
Si Catwoman kay zipper man ayo good.
Yeah,
Ano man ka kinky sex sila, so how did that go? Did you
Dati
see the
Bat
panel?
dildo.
They like unzip each other until the crotch area and then nag-iyot lang sila.
Huh? Wait, Catwoman zippers go down and then she can go.
Yeah, how is she gonna pee? That's how bodysuits work, right?
No, bodysuits work like here, going down and then you take off the sleeve.
How do you know?
Well, it wasn't the
I've
front
seen
in
multiple
Catwoman.
bodysuits. Di ba do bodysuits kay from the neck down and then you take off the sleeve.
There's some like from the front.
Yeah.
What?
Official woman opinion.
From
So from the front, but you still take down the sleeve, right?
Catwoman's like costume from the front.
No, he made it sound like the zipper goes down and then you take the legs off first and
No,
then the sleeve.
no.
Murag saging ba? Murag kanang ba saging sa ubos.
You take down the sleeve first, of course, even if it's from the front.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she only kept the mask.
Yeah, they were still wearing most of it. They only made it so that ma-access ang ilang mga genitals.
Yan igawas hindi.
Huh?
Hindi lang igawas.
Well, that's beside the point. And now we're just gonna be caught up in this weird other thing, and then,
Like the logistics of how a superhero would go down.
but Unsaman, what do you think?
Maybe it's a
Ikaw,
logistics.
Tiny, from the perspective of a woman, do heroes go down on like
Is it hero?
on principle?
Is it
It would
heroic?
be heroic if Batman did that to me. So.
Wow, thanks a
Yes.
lot.
Wow.
But if it's me, it's like, it feels weird.
Yeah. Hero.
Hero gid ay.
Heroes that
Bayani.
Ang gaya na to ni Abot ato nga joke this way.
I'm not a DC hero, sadly.
Asshole of the hour.
Bayani gid ay. Ay.
Bayani doesn't do that. The heroes don't do
To all
that.
the bayani.
Nanakay dialogue na next time Bayani.
But nalingaw ko sa... Moving on. No! Nalingaw ko sa idea of weird comic book sex na like canon. Like, what can you remember? I remember sa kanang Ultimates, there's like this scene sa kanang... Ano na? You read Avengers Ultimates, no? With Mark Miller. And mag-iyot si Wasp ug si Ant-Man and then magpagamay si Ant-Man.
masud siya rin.
And then
Oh,
masud
true
siya,
yun.
and then it's your turn. Like, nga na.
So what do you mean it's your turn? So does Wasp go down small side and go to the urethra?
I don't
Of
know.
Ant-Man?
Yeah, expand.
Maybe.
Basta naman
She
na-
goes, she touches the G-spot like in his asshole.
Dili ang
I didn't know nga ana
Segue.
rated ang inaana nga mga
Ultimates?
comics.
Ultimates is essentially like the grounding of the
Dili
Marvel.
graphic siguro.
Yeah, it's not
Implied,
graphic, it's
Oh.
implied. But kanang siyang gritty reboot of the Avengers na world. So, dira nag-start si Black Nick Fury. And then like
Nako irrelevant nga joke na, but I don't know if the superhero exists. Relevant di siya nga joke, kinky superhero sex, alright?
Okay.
This joke is an old joke, alright? So Wonder Woman was sunbathing outside the Justice League Tower.
Mo ni ka nang isend sa kanang
Naked.
cellphone taga kuan.
See? Familiar naman ganit mo sa joke, di ba? So
okay,
maybe
please.
So maybe
I haven't
superhero
heard
sex. You haven't heard of this? Wonder Woman was sunbathing naked outside the Justice League Tower on Earth. And yeah, Flash saw ba kanang look. That's Wonder Woman. That's naked. It's my time to fuck Wonder Woman using my super speed. So Flash went in there, did the deed in 1 second, and then went away. He was like, I had sex with Wonder Woman. What siya kay Bao? Yeah. And then cut to Wonder Woman who is suddenly like na-shock siya kay
What the fuck was that?
and then Invisible Man was like fucking her and was like, I don't know, but my asshole hurts.
Doon kayo nga GM sa cellphone.
Oh, diba? Pero like, on the topic of kinky superhero sex,
He was there when it was written.
Oh yeah, he was there when it was written on the.
I wrote the fucking joke on
GM.
my Nokia 3310.
Mag-expire na load ko, GM.
Gabihan ang culture sa una. Ernest siguro.
Sino GM sa Arizona?
You know GMs?
Ako siguro GM sa una na cringe kay ko. Mga tagong fun fact sa Godlo.
Gawas na sa
Like fun facts. Did you know that the giraffe is an ana ba?
Kapoy pag-ibigay itong
You did fun facts?
Sa K-zone mo
Ka-remember
mga
ka,
facts.
ka-remember ka itong mga GM nga thread nga kay para ma-keep track nimo kung kinsa ang gatubag kay murag i-copy nimo ang message body as you're GMing it. Nga kanang murag daghan mo nga members of the GM thread. So kay text man to siya instead of para dili magsapaway in your reply kay example si Ernest ni ana siya. Hello guys, ang akong sunod nga GM kay kapihon nako nga mao ni ang gisulti ni Ernest then mao akong tubag. Oy hello Ernest niya mo na ang message body nga ako isa.
I never got into that.
Group chat na.
Nga group chat nga caveman.
Okay ko na ginana gito na.
Nakakita ko na sa TV. Na yung mga channel na nga mag hatag-hatag mo text ra ka
Oh,
and then
ano,
like
Gawa
group
sa
chat.
iyong
Oh, i-husky ko na sa una. Yung kanta kay Kuan pagito ka ng rock ya body go shake that. Ay sample ba?
Pero
I remember that
ang
well.
kanang inana, di ba? Kana sa TV, murag live man na siya.
Oh, live na siya.
Predates ko ano no, mga e-girls.
Oh.
The e-girl kanang chat culture ba?
Ito.
Kanang
Pero
okay to chat.
anon man sa lang names kay random na
Oh,
ba
pero
itong
text
names?
pa man to. Di pa man to online.
So whether
Bida,
kana
bida.
laging hot tub nga phenomenon karon sa Twitch kay dili gina siya mapugnan. Murag evolution gina siya kay e-girls have existed ever
Dili
since
naman
the
sa
dawn of time.
Pinoys.
Dili naman sa e-girls ang
Kanang basta
naghatag.
na sexual nga unconquered ba nga na watchers na gyud na Cleopatra mga kinsa pa ng mga nagay celebrity
Batman.
worship ba
Batman.
in a way unya Twitch hot tub streams are just a way to make it more accessible. When there's a female who's willing to be sexualized and puts themselves out there, there's always going to be voracious audiences who will willingly throw money at them.
Bali man siguro na murag bali ang kanang correlation causation.
No, I'm just
Nako
saying.
naman ang mga voracious souls.
Oh, lagi, pero
And that's and they're the ones
customers.
that birth
As long as there's customers, there's always gonna be kanang sellers. Manang kanang Twitch hot tub stream dili kay ko like kanang ang akong opinion na kay there's a lot of creators who are like why are there hot tub streams nga kanang they're
Issue
taking
man na.
away issue na they're
Twitch,
taking away
they should magyud. Igo ng Twitch nga dili di makuan pero sige na lang.
gihimuan sila bago nga channel di ba nga kuan. They're taking away
Entertainment na
they're
lang.
taking
Oh,
away
really?
the efforts of the people who have kanang proper streams. My opinion is actually even if you take away the hot tub streams, they wouldn't immediately flock to your channel. The reason why they're on Twitch itself is because of the hot tub streams. Removing the hot tub streams doesn't immediately mean nga manubo og kalit ang inyong mga nga mga channel nga tarong og streams kay they're not watching gameplay anyway. They're a separate set of customers. If you remove
Yeah,
the hot
swerte na
tub,
lang mo nga
naa sila sa channel nga basin kuan pa mo, ma-shoutoutan pa mo or mabisita pa mo. So I'm like keep it there as long as it's not sexual or it's not kanang super explicit. I mean, 13-year-olds have seen worse things on the internet. Like, even if it's on Twitch, who knows what's on the other tab of that channel? Diba?
At least like more
at least
we can regulate it here.
At least naa sila sa Twitch. Diba?
Like, ang pikas tab kay OnlyFans man.
It's like, oh no, I'm out of money. Like my dad's credit card got rejected.
Wala na buhat on Twitch. Oy, ingon sila nga, sige, bahala naman na raw eh.
Which I think is the correct way. I'm always a fan of no censorship. Regulation siguro, prostitution, legalize it.
And Twitch
Drugs, legalize drugs.
Dili ba na gaming regular Twitch, di ba?
Ambot sa murder, legalize murder.
Okay.
Kaya I feel like the moment
Snuff films
legalize
in Twitch, live stream, no?
Di ang
Snuff
akong
film
concern sa legal nga murder nest kay ang feel nako usa ko sa una nga mabiktima. Ako ang una nga mabiktima, so good thing there's a way to stop people from killing me. Legally. Kay ko illegal murder, dagang manuktok sa ko. Whoa, you fucker!
Isn't there legal murder, like murder of passion?
That's not
Crime
legal,
of
it's a
passion.
defense.
Oh, it's a defense.
It's a defense to shorten a sentence. It's a crime of passion. It's not premeditated. Ang main, kung namo sa korte kay, usay, ang inyong lalisan is premeditated ba ang murder or dili. So there's manslaughter and there's homicide and there's kanang murder. Homicide is killing somebody in their home. So that's almost always premeditated. Kaya nga nung niadto man ka sa ilang balay to kill.
Pero kung homie nimo.
Oh, homicide na siya. Kung kuan na nimo, kung kanang dude bro ra nimo, bro side na siya.
Imo homie nasakpan nimo kauban imong side chick.
homie chick side.
Homicide chick.
Mo din ang man's laughter, eh.
Asshole moment number 2.
As all of the hour,
Bitaw no, di ba na manslaughter, no man's laughter, no?
Mo ni ka makaligis, sige makatawa.
Pero
Charge
babae
with-
man na nakaligis.
I would charge you with manslaughter. Right?
Babae mo gina makaligis. Manay manslaughter. Diba tayo?
You guys
Sige na,
are
oy.
so sexy.
Guys, how did we get here from? I wanted to ask about like
Ano pa yun?
weird comic book sex, and you guys went on a tangent about like the difference between homicide and
I mean, that's what superheroes do anyway. They do casual homicide. They do. Like mag-defend sila ng city, so you casually throw the villain through the building niya. Ikaw kay galagin ra ka kanang, can you imagine an office worker baka kapuyay na nasa dakong boss niya. Naray ka ng mulabay nga kamot sa imong naw. Pistig away Superman sa apocalypse yawa.
Daga nag-property damage yung mga lagi.
Boss ka nang unya pa nako masubmit ang expense report. Ha? Ngano man? Superman na sa og si Doomsday na dress opisina. Binudak kay.
Save lang dia, save lang.
Save lang na.
I'm a boss and it's like Bruce Wayne running towards the building.
I need to get those expense reports.
Bruce is running to the building to make sure all the employees are still working.
Hey, heroes do that.
Lagi, it's so funny, dude. How they, I don't know if it was Man of Steel 2 or I think it was Batman versus Superman nga. They really took the time in the dialogue ba nga, go to that island, there's nobody there. Katong gaaway na gani sila ni was it Apocalypse or what's
Doomsday.
Doomsday, di ba? Ni ana gid sila nga, ana din ko, kani nga dialogue kay for the critics of Man of Steel. Guba kayo ang city, ano sila nga gituyo ni nila nga dialogue para wa nay mo criticize nila nga
All the
grabe
people
ilang
died.
property damage. So go to this island in the middle of blah 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 kay kanang it doesn't have people ko
Di na jud kakahimog murag superhero movie that shit can just happen, no? Because now there has to be an obligatory explanation of where the fuck are the people.
Oh, that's what something nga nabuhat sa Invincible, di ba? Nga ninot ilahang kuan sa property damage nga
kabasa ko na sa
perspective.
Wikipedia do.
Atay kay itong mga scene, oy. Wikipedia, oy. Kaya ata, balik na, oy. Check topic, dali.
No, I wish I had the patience. It's not even a time issue. Wala gyud ko patience og series na. Ganahan kog movies kay three arc structure, di ba? Or 3 parts. Intro, conflict climax, and then resolution. Mana.
Para na ako, I hate the like I have to be introduced to a whole new group of people again and
In
then
a
like,
series.
in a movie.
In a movie.
And then it's like, fuck, okay, you're
At the
protagonist, you're this character,
Yeah,
you're
at
this
the end,
character.
it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
not kanang part of your knowledge.
But in like a series, I think there's a comfort with the like, oh, these characters are familiar, and then afterwards, pag end na sa episode, you get that euphoria of the I finished the thing.
And
then-
also, I agree sad nga. There's also the sense of accomplishment ba nga. Siguro what's Invincible's name, Mark. Kay kanang he started as a really naive superhero niya pagka-end camera kanang alright, this is the shit that happens.
Oh yeah.
Pero
Pero slow burn
mas-
as a
mas-
case. Yeah.
Ang Invincible.
Slow.
Naman siya, anang, tawag na, coming of age nga theme.
Oh yeah.
Ang tunga-tungang episodes, dili kay mature mostly ba?
Speaking of comic books, Trese, how was that? How was that for
Oh,
you
yeah.
I
guys?
wanted that one Loki first because like one episode long.
He hasn't even seen Loki.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah. I haven't seen Loki.
Can you-
But I'm willing
Give us
to
a minute then.
No, I'm
30.
willing to I actually kanang conscious yung decision not to watch Loki.
Uh-huh.
How many
Because-
conscious decisions
It's
did you
because
have?
it's a
No.
series, he said.
It's a series and I want you to convince me why I missed on WandaVision. People said it was great. I saw one episode and it was like
So talked about it.
Actually.
Okay.
I know Captain Soldier and Winter America.
You know what
That's a
it is.
that's a conscious joke.
Oh, look at you, you're so cool, you don't know.
Yeah, I'm cooler than both of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You still
Get the
watch
fuck out of it.
You still watch Cruella for a girl.
Let's watch Cruella.
Oh, look, I'm so cool, but I ended up watching Cruella to impress someone.
I didn't watch Cruella. I stopped watching Cruella.
Cool ka
Anyway.
anyway, kay hero.
Oh,
Hindi ka hero.
Di ko hero ko. Dili ko hero.
Hindi ka hero.
What was I gonna say?
You want us to convince you to watch Loki.
Oh, because I wasn't convinced with Winter Soldier and the Falcon. Yeah, I wasn't convinced with WandaVision, and I was hoping I would finally get into one of the MCU shows because I feel like Loki is the most interesting one aside from What If. What If, dude, is probably the one I
Anthology.
anticipate the most. Kay it's anthologies. It's a series I can watch.
Series
It's
na.
like
Per
episode. Oh, that's why I watch Black Mirror.
Kung sa'yo mang good ka.
Malingaw kang Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, love that. Oh my god. 13 minutes per episode. Wow.
Mura ng
Bliss.
YouTube.
Oh, bliss. But yeah,
I don't know
how is
if I
Loki?
should convince you because at this point, I think it's necessary to convince people to watch other things because MCU is kind of the morag. Everyone watches it na. So like morag, it's the ikaw gani you
Thoughts on Loki lang. As would you classify yourself as a big MCU guy or a big DCU?
For you.
A big.
For you? I don't know for you. I wouldn't say I'm a big MCU fan ako, but I follow the entire thing and then like I'm well versed with all the things that happen in
so-
it.
Vaguely.
So as a well-versed person with MCU, what do you feel about Loki and what should someone like me who've seen the movies but think they're okay, they're all kanang good. Should
So-
I take the time to watch Loki or should I finish Mandalorian instead?
Mandalorian.
Wala.
Watch Solo instead.
Yeah, 'cause it's a movie, dude. I'll watch it.
Some people were criticizing Loki na online by saying na, oh, so Marvel just up and said fuck the casual fans na muna na ilang giingon
Oh.
because
Why?
because like deep cut na kayo ang iyang mga lore and shit so Loki
with
so
Which I would actually think that's a
so
good
you
thing,
would
diba?
you have to watch the previous stuff na before like kanang like enjoying Loki.
What previous stuff? Do they mean the movies or do
Like
they
you have
mean the
to
shows?
know Loki's journey na, and then you have to like you have
Okay,
to watch
the Loki
Thor
TV
movies.
series involves ganang alternate timelines naman. Nya ka nang iyang time nga kabuang
I gathered that from the trailer. Pero lagi, I mean, I don't see why that would be the reaction of most people. Kay if you're watching Loki, you're probably well versed anyway already
Yeah.
of the MCU films.
Yeah.
I don't get that criticism.
But
at
in
all.
introduce
I don't
something,
think
man.
there are casual fans who
Who went
go
straight
out
to
of
Loki,
their way and
went
go
straight to
like,
Loki
"Oh,
and
this
didn't
one."
see kanang kuan Thor or didn't know what happened to Loki at the end of Infinity War or at the beginning of Infinity War there and at the end of the first Avengers movie. Diba? People knew.
Yeah, it's
It's a weird criticism, I'd
I
say.
don't know what to say about it because like I know what happens in it, and then it's like it's nice that it goes this weird cosmic direction, and then you can go like, oh no, like I was able to like naku jaw drop the moment no fuck wala rin gamit ang kanang ingani nga MacGuffin here ingana, and then it's like oh that's interesting, but I don't know how someone who would like want to jump into it, the MCU, or like a casual fan would jump into the show and be like very invested.
Think of it as kung ano gihapon. MCU gihapon siya nga movie, but separate
Yeah, we're
lang
just
gid
seeing
siya.
the first part long, and then like okay, there's a lot of room for it to
MCU
get
movies so
interesting.
gid ang mga TV series sa Disney Plus gihapon.
I shall give it
There's no difference.
20 minutes of my time.
Okay, Tom Hiddleston is a really great
Yeah.
I nga
actor.
si Tom Hiddleston and si Owen Wilson
Owen
is
Wilson.
actually
Yeah.
nice ang ilang chemistry silang dalawa.
I mean, he dated kanang Taylor Swift, so he must know what he's doing.
Really, Owen Wilson?
No, Tom Hiddleston. Not
Hiddleston.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, he's not gay. Oh, okay.
No, he dated Taylor Swift.
No way.
Did it?
Yeah, they did.
So which breakup song
Kung
was
saan ang album man niya?
I don't know if it's an album, but
He's the You Belong With Me guy?
I think he's kanang
Katong
bad
mga-
blood kay
Oo,
Loki.
katong bad blood.
Ah,
Bad blood
that's
niya.
about Loki, di ay?
Dili ko sure kung ato ang about niya nga song. Basta katong album.
Sure mo na alor ha?
Hindi, pero nag-date gid sila. Date
I
gid
know
sila.
nga they dated, but what song ba?
You know who's
Ah, man.
crazy that dated si Emilia Clarke and si Seth MacFarlane?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the creator of Family Guy dated Emilia
Bro, kung
Clarke.
ikaw og si...
Whether you were watching Cruella or...
Bro, wala na yun.
Ito, no? Kan dagang ma-surprise sa dato.
Well, we can wait for Loki to get interesting. So far, like, lingaw ra ang iyang pag-build sa TVA.
I mean, it's a premiere. It's supposed to be one of the best episodes of the season on tap.
a lot of people are like,
Not really.
Kevin Feige is hyping up the importance of Loki though and what it means for the multiverse or whatever.
Okay, one of
Alright,
the
Feige,
expectations.
why don't you just sit down? Feige, alright, just
Feige.
calm down.
It's just let the fanboys suck your dick now. And it's like, and let them tell you now, you should be the president of Star Wars. Like, just fine.
Star Wars is way beyond saving. I feel like they should go back to the extended
Shut up,
universe.
like-
Let's talk about Conan.
I have a lot of things to say. Let's talk about Trese.
So, sa may opinion ninyo ni Trese?
Ako na complete. I watched it last night. When did you finish it?
Gabi isa. And I was watching the Tagalog
Episode
dub.
4.
Nalingaw ko sa Tagalog dub, TBH.
Ikaw.
Like I said, diba, each episodes kaya I chose like a
different
language to just to see kana.
Says the guy nga, di mo tanog series kita, kay Kuros.
No, ang Trese, I watched Trese
Different
kay,
language.
kay I bought the books and you guys asked me to watch it. Also,
You did the required watching.
also when I'm cooking, I don't get to see a lot of shit, so I just watch Trese and it was very good background noise. I was gonna say. No, seriously, I was more invested in this one kay it's a lore we're supposed to be familiar with. We're supposed to it's primarily targeted to us, I would think, to Filipinos. That's why I really took the time to watch it. But then again, dialogue-wise, I feel like people are focusing more on the dub, on the kanang issues with the dub nga kanang bati ko no ang certain actresses who will not be named compared to the rest of the cast. And I personally
She's the
noticed,
only woman character, I think.
oh, there's plenty.
Naman,
Oh,
good.
Oh yeah,
there's
the
plenty.
waifus are top tier in this one.
The elementals.
Like the katong mga the twins in the Fast and Furious episode.
Yeah,
They're even in the finale.
Oh yeah, they are. Cause
But-
it's like
Ni-check ka sa Tagalog dub ni, sa ilang dialogue.
we watched it the Tagalog dub first, and then kornihan mini tiny.
Sa the elementals kay more sila ka ng mga kilid-kilid yung mga kanang mga sa BGC mga girls ba no? Nga mo Taglish lang.
Talaga ba?
Oh.
Ganyan.
Let's go.
Like the Valley Girl version of Philippines siguro.
Yeah, who the hell
yeah.
hangs out at these drag races?
Kato kay ni Kuan ko kanang I watch it in all the dubs to see if like are people hyper focusing on it, and I feel like they are. I feel like they are hyper criticizing the dubbing when in fact Trese, to my opinion, has far more issues than the dubbing.
Yeah.
Kanang the show you'd revealed nga the writing is fairly middling. Not super like oh I'd never.
It's the only kanang murag mid-tier ang iyong storytelling, but the big hook lang is that it's Filipino.
It's Filipino, exactly. If it was any other culture, it wouldn't be a hit
It's
in
just,
the Philippines.
it's Hellboy meets Constantine.
And The Witcher.
The setting is Constantine. And
Diba?
then the fact that she's some kind of demon prophecy is Hellboy. And then in the comics it's black and white lang, so Sin City. And then...
Wow, the comics kay black and white lang so
Sin
sensitive.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Kuha na lang.
Manga.
Dili, black and white.
Noir siya.
Noir siya. Yeah, pero, Konsad, a lot of it boils down to Mad Libs. Murag, it's a generic adventure nga, you Mad Libs it with Filipino
na
folklore.
characters. So once there was a supernatural detective whose name is
Blanco, Trese, who has friends nga, etc.
Who
Basilio
has-
Crispin. Murag, a lot of it is also kanang fan service to a point. Like, out of all the names of the Tikbalang Prince, Maliksi, good, which is, to our international listeners, Maliksi translates to very fast in
No,
Filipino.
in the English dub, she pronounces it Maliksi.
Maliksi.
Yeah, it's like, we had a deal, Maliksi.
Yeah, mga tikbalang. How did they say tikbalang there?
Tikba, I think.
They just say tikbalang.
Yeah, also this is what I see, like going back to the dub issue. Nga kanang, when you're making a show that's flavored or peppered with local words, kanang producers or creators should take the bullet na lang and make someone else say it. Or if they really want to, bahalag ka ng medyo jarring. Para na mas jarring nga dili nila malitok naturally hinuon ang word as opposed to
Mga tangina.
like what if like I'm saying it right now, I'm in English and it's tangina. It's more jarring than I'm saying it normally and then somebody with a similar voice to mine but knows the correct pronunciation of tangina says it. I think it would be better. It would serve the what the purpose of the show wants to do better. This is not just a Trese problem. This is a problem I see with TV shows nga. I recently watched Cloverfield Paradox. It featured Daniel Brühl. Brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Brilliant actor. Yeah,
Si Zemo.
no, he's supposed to speak Mandarin to Zhang Ziyi. Nga they took the creative liberty sad nga si Zhang Ziyi in that movie exclusively speaks in Mandarin with translations. So dili mapugo si Zhang Ziyi to butcher English words, di ba?
Yeah.
Which is great. But Daniel Brühl talks to her in Mandarin. It's like like I'm not Chinese, but I'm fairly certain that's not how you say some of those words.
It's like,
Diba?
why don't you go back to Inglourious
murag ka nang-
Bastards?
they should kuha na lang ba, producers and creators, again, this is not just for Trese, should be brave enough to recognize that their actors can act, but they cannot say the accents properly. They should either hire the coaches, dub it, find a different way to make it more natural, nga dili cringy, I don't know.
haters-
Sometimes it takes me away man gyud.
Yeah, Tiny really didn't like na the English dub had everyone have accents.
In
lang.
Mexican accents. Oh. That was weird.
But in my defense na lang, it's like I'm trying to understand it. I would think na this is pandering to the kanang immigrant Filipinos in the
I
US.
think mauli na kinadakan nila nga target.
Yeah,
po sa
because
Netflix.
like the middle-aged people all speak with a heavy accent, like the first generation immigrants nila, and then Trese speaks, si Alexandra speaks straight English, no washay accent, so she could be the kanang immigrant
My
child.
problem is that it's cutting like heavy accents weren't even Filipino accent.
No, it's Mexican.
It's Mexican.
Parang ako, it's an attempt at Filipino.
I think Joko yun naman kayo sa
Jokoy.
I thought that there was a Filipino attempt.
It
in
was
the-
Filipino.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope more for a Filipino inspired animation. From an outsider's perspective, I don't know what happened behind the scenes. It almost seems like there was very little Filipinos involved.
Kanina lang.
Diba?
Should be saying mo na ni mo man ni kinadakan nga Filipino animated thing siguro.
Nga pwede na itong
Ever.
buhaton.
Should we say na mo ni siya ang right thing?
Okay.
Like if mo dub ka og Filipino nga stories in English, dapat ba nimo butangan og accent na lang? Or dapat walaon na lang siya in favor of pure English? Which is weird kung
I would think that it's
Pilipinas
like
ang setting niya ba?
I would think that you could treat it like anime, like kanang
Oh,
sa
natanong lang
anime
English.
everyone is assumed to be speaking Japanese, and then it's like nagsulob lang tag translators, so they're speaking straight.
I would appreciate having kanang actual Filipino voiceover actors, like voice actors.
Yeah, but then
For
then you
English,
run
Yeah,
into
for
the
English.
you run into
Filipino man
the
to tanan.
Filipino to.
Yeah.
Pati lagi gahapon nilang accent, ano man to?
I think gi-increase nila to pander to the kuan para mapaklaro nga murag mo ni ilang accent kay
and
nasa
then
na dito.
the writing, I think.
Filipino ba to tanan? Did
Ilang
it sound
kuan.
like yun? Did
Yeah,
it-
even Dante Basco was there.
It's-
So Prince Zuko was there. It was the Thunder
It's so
song.
weird. I mean, like, remember when we were doing a podcast of our own where we did reviews sa una, mugawas man dyan ang atong accent.
Yeah.
Like, even here, di ba? Nanaman siya ka ng, like, there's
Oo,
us.
no,
No, ako na-disappoint ko if that's what you're saying. Is this just for the English dub nga Filipino to nga voice actor sa English or dili?
Oh, Filipino,
Okay.
half Filipino.
Mo na ako laging main nga issue.
Ipahita nila ang kanang
If
kuan.
that was Filipino, then why do the Tagalog words that were peppered in the dialogue of the English off?
Mo lang.
Mo na akong issue. Like
Pero para sa imo, the rest sa ilang kuan accented ng English nga aside ato mga keywords lang nga
But
Filipino
yeah.
nga pure. Okay ano ka?
dili
Madara pa
weird
rin.
to siya nga creative choice. Mura to siya choice gyud di ba nga can you make it a little bit more kanang
Filipino
na lang.
gihanap murag natoy direction siguro nga pwede
Oo.
nimo kuan pag yun ipa Filipino pag yun gamay imong kuan kay Filipinos
Mao
can't
na
speak
feel ko.
Filipinos
Mao na
can't
feel.
speak straight English. There should be no problem.
But, and then, like, it's written in a way na it's movie language, so like they try to make them speak like English cops.
There's a
and
lot
then,
of clunky exposition. I really don't like clunky exposition nga
Katong
kanang-
last episode nga
Oh, that
lengthy
was
kayo.
like 50%.
That was lengthy exposition gid
And
gid.
then katong si Shao Kahn na
Shao Kahn.
adali si Evil
Dato
Lapu-Lapu.
Talagusaw. we
But-
handjud ko sa
But then
kanang
again,
clunky exposition.
for a 6-episode nga series,
Oh, it was
it
6?
managed to do
I'm almost done.
Habit
with the
na ka.
4.
limpyo man kayo ang kuan ko.
Animation
Hipos ra
I
kayo wala
cannot
kay
blame the animation. I feel like they could have done more, but
Yeah.
they did enough,
Yeah.
justifiably with probably what they were given.
You could tell nga there's a budget issue.
There's a budget yun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Writer.
si budgetan.
Budget
si
yan.
budgetan.
Ikaduha ka. Ikaduha.
Pero yeah, animation, wala ko reklamo kayo sa animation.
Yeah, it's like I understand na lang. Like mga nga kung with Filipino material, it's like when it's like subpar and then you go like I understand na lang, was a little budget.
Pero mo lagi-
Pero on the bright side, you could this is a good start sa
Good,
Filipino
this is a
nga
good step.
animation.
This is a good step
Speaking of
to...
another Filipino animated movie, Hayopka is making its first cinematic debut somewhere in France.
Oh, okay. Where is it like? Wala na streaming service?
No, siya
The story isn't even that good,
It's on
but
Netflix,
like
but
fine.
like the animation's really, really good, top notch, much better than Trese.
Nice siya kay Mara siya
nice
kanang
character design.
Mara siya hyper stylized, mas stylized na version of BoJack Horseman kay kanang all the characters are animals, but then there are a lot of jokes in the background if you pause it, and then like there's a lot of Easter eggs na malingaw.
Top notch yung animation.
Pero
top-notch.
lagi, I mean-
Compared to Trese,
But again, like what plagues kaning our narratives, really bad narrative kaning ano.
Trese was like, they could have made the animation top tier, and if the story was still the same, I'm sorry, it's not kanang, it would be just kanang kuan yun, middle of the pack ra gyud na siya nga animation gyapon. Bisag Castlevania level pa na siya nga animation.
even Filipinos kanang a lot of its elements are very Western influenced.
Lagi, like Mad Libs ra lagi siya nga
Like,
kuan nga.
her costume pa lang. Who the fuck walks around in a trench coat in Metro
now-
Manila?
But now that Trese is coming out sa Netflix, it's not for us magit, diba?
Yeah, it's
International
for,
audience ba
it's
yan
for an
eh?
international audience to consume, I think, and then they're
I think he wrote Trese's ad with the intention of that.
Pero kung ina na nindot siya nga choice for Netflix.
Oh.
Safe siya
Like
nga choice
Netflix
for.
kaya siya
Safe siya nga choice
story
for
wise
Netflix.
wala
So,
siya kanang
kanang
particular
outright
kayo nga
outright nga kanang Pinoy ray maka-enjoy, wala kay dili kay siya inana.
Pero it's interesting kaya there's
So is that a bad thing?
Or it's an okay thing.
That's the whole thing. If you try to please everybody,
you're not
gonna be
have a good time.
have a kanang, it's not gonna be turn out to be amazing.
So you could say nga Trese is naabot na siya sa Netflix nga formula ina na.
Oo,
Kuha kayo niya
kuha
Netflix
nila.
ang formula pa.
I mean, Lupin is a fantastic story. And then you see the Netflix one, and it's like, diba? Lupin, dagan kay Kwan. Yung marag, saan ni?
Let's see if ang season 2 if should
Yeah.
na ay season 2. Wala pa may news of renewal.
Which one? Trese?
Trese, I mean.
They're already going into kanang Chinese na ghost.
Yeah, it was
so
in a
like,
post-credit scene.
Oh, so we're out now because what you said about it's like the first season basically it was the
Consumes
entire
whole-
run.
the entire run of Trese. Yeah.
Si Waway lagi season 2. Mawa mo siya nila.
I mean, now that Trese is here, what can we look forward to? What next?
Trese live action.
No, what? Oh, Trese live action. What else?
gonna happen?
What media
Trese hentai.
can we present to Netflix? Let's say
I already saw one.
I saw one.
I saw one, no?
let's say kanang okay, this is Trese product. Yan ni Netflix show na light now in the Philippines. And yeah, we know our criticisms for Trese na. If you guys, I'm gonna ask each of you, if you were to choose a media that you would want to be Netflix adapted, nga local, what would it be?
Worth adapting.
I like what-
or
Worth
what?
adapting?
I like what
whatever.
you said a while ago. Kiko Machine.
Kiko Machine.
Yeah. You were the one who said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kanang nice kayo ang... Well, okay, you tell me why
Wait, what's
nice ang Kiko
can
Machine.
you tell me more about that? O ba
O pa ka ba sa Kiko
Oh,
Machine?
basta Kiko Machine?
Yay! Yay!
Did you go to college, bro?
Feed the Geek talaga ni Jud.
Dili, ang Kiko Machine is
college?
basically...
I think naka-encounter na ko na but wala kayo.
Basically, UP Diliman comic strips. Not necessarily UP Diliman, but a lot of it is humor rooted in college.
Itong
Pinoy
Facebook-
college.
Facebook friend, Manik Sabrera?
Manik Sabrera.
Oh, Manik Sabrera, my
Oh.
friend from college.
Flex?
He's right over there, Thirdy. That's Kiko Machine.
That's Kiko Machine.
Okay.
Kana, napa ba siya sa Inquirer gahapon? Sa
I
Kiko
think
Machine?
so. I think the cartoon
Because
strip is
Pugat
still there.
Baboy got cancel cultured, CPM Junior.
Okay.
If not Kiko Machine, maybe Pugat Baboy could be
Kiko
something.
Machine.
Yeah,
But-
Pugat Baboy feels a lot like Simpsons. Even as a comic strip, you could see structure there. You could see
Oh yeah,
plot
daghan
threads
is
there.
content.
Oh,
yeah,
daghan kay
yeah.
content.
And like, murag, sometimes it'll go through action territory.
Oh,
and
it's Simpsons. It could be maybe even King of the Hill type nga maglingkod na sila.
Na family, no, not na maglingkod. Oh, no. Maglingkod na sila.
Tambay
And
na sila.
magtambay na sila.
Tambay
And
na
magyaw-yaw
sila.
lang.
I mean, maybe it even predates if they do Pugad Baboy now. They they have a baboy character in Pugad Baboy, di ba? They have an
Ulay.
no, they have a pig.
Ulay
di ba?
baboy dito.
No,
Pero umanggod na si Pulgas.
Oh, they have a dog character di ay in Pugad Baboy. If they make Pugad Baboy now, they might say nga they nga gikuha sila lag isuon lagi ninyong Family Guy nga nasad mo ka ng
Talking
a
dog.
talking a dog nga when in fact Pugad Baboy could have did that
Predated
idea
na.
first. Oh, di
Yeah,
ba?
and it's like, talking dogs are like normal na in comics. Like, you got talking animals, Garfield, you got Snoopy. So, like,
Pero kato talking animal with
Clifford.
with humans man to.
oh yeah, it
Oh.
talks with humans.
Yung mag-inom.
Mag-inom.
Mag-inom sila.
Well, yeah, Pugad Baboy is actually kanang cancellation aside or cancel culture aside. It could be good material.
Yeah, and it's very authentic Filipino, but to think na it would be animated just like King of the Hill or Ingana, I'm already like, I don't know. Would there be something to look at?
Di,
no?
mo consume pod nga international audience, malingaw, babugha sila.
Like
Oh, yeah,
most of
I
that-
think niche kayo na nasa
That's gonna be
I think Kiko
specifically-
Machine sad. I think Kiko
Oh.
Machine
No,
sad.
Kiko Machine, I think if you turn that into a show, it would be like Robot Chicken na kanang nakay imong mga short snippets of returning characters like atong mga like what I like about Kiko Machine is that unlike Pugad Baboy, which is basically just people and then mag-crack sila of jokes, Kiko Machine has mga conceptual na episodes and then mag-poke fun na siya like na sila yung
Kasi meta commentary nga
like the Venn diagram na man or nga na siya pagka surreal. So
or siya regular show in a way.
yeah. So that's primed na siya for animation and then there's so much content that they can squeeze out of it and the style is very specific. So kinda if they could make a next thing, Kiko Machine.
Ikaw do.
Ako
What
kay
have been, you think they should make a K-Zone show?
ako ano no kay
Mas tuso.
asol they go and yun eh. Ako ano
Bayani, good bayani.
Bayani. Ako ano kay True Philippine Ghost Stories na lang. Wala kay ko.
Pero you know,
Pina-anthology nga Love,
Ghost-
Death and Robots ba?
ghost
Ano na?
stories are universal. Like if anything is more marketable than kay ko machine pugad baboy.
Oh.
True Philippine ghost stories.
Pero ang kuha nga lore ka ng mga white lady, ka mga inana.
True Philippine lore.
Trese gyapon siya.
Crossover episode eh.
Stop it with this edgy shit. I want some more variety.
True Philippine story is imong choice.
I'm dili ko familiar ito local nga media.
Ako no, why binuang kay katong kuan, Hiraya Manawari. I feel like a lot of it kanang had potential pero wa lang gyud bitay budget ang IBS-CBN ato.
Weird.
What's Hiraya Manawari?
Weird man good to.
Can you explain it to me?
Katong musud sila o mo time travel bato sila. Basta na sila kana ang iyang premise kay
Live action ha.
dili na lang time travel basta ang Hiraya Manawari kay naa sila yung real life niya, narratan sila. Na siya kanang fourth wall nga kuan ba? Na siya kanang murag How I Met Your Mother ba? The story sa ilaha, niya gi-imagine din sa mga bata.
And then it's animated or
Dili,
kanang live action gid siya nga kuwang sa budget. Pero kuan gito, mas rooted gid siya sa lore kay magstorya man gito siya about tikbalang, sa about
that's interesting.
I want that.
Kahinumdum yung guwato Hiraya
So it
Manawari.
can be like some kind of Are You Afraid of the Dark with Philippines?
Yes.
Pero kanang murag lola ang nagstorya.
Hiraya.
So
Instead of like a-
heartwarming siya gamay.
Okay.
What was that show gani that came out during the Sinescuela period where they would tell kaning mga Filipino folklore fairy tales?
Oh, siguro na.
Once upon a
Once
Once Upon a Time. Oh, pwede sana.
Kana.
Pero I think Once Upon a Time was derived na from Hiraya Manawari.
Or
Pero hindi
Gaya na
ko
diyan,
na
no?
once upon a time good kanang tanan na lang kigihimo nila og kanang alamat ba.
Alamat.
Like,
Ang alamat.
alamat ng
Mo na ang matay to.
Nandugad na po yung mga bagong mga inana.
Karon Once Upon a Time.
Dapat yung mga once upon a
Running
time.
out of ideas na ba?
we have so many really interesting folklore like kaning Libulan. Like do you not guys not know the story about Libulan, the gay moons? Like
Gay moons?
Yeah, like there's 7 moons
Pride
and
Month.
they're all gay.
For the audience,
Pride
kay, we
moons.
all have 4 men with blank faces right now, looking at Tiny there.
Talking about gay moons.
Talking about gay moons.
Gay moons.
Oy, speaking of media nga i-adapt sa Netflix, ka na mga bazooka nga comics there.
Hindi pa na Pinoy ko.
Ay, na Pinoy di ay.
Pinoy din.
Oh, sorry.
What a
Sorry.
colonized
shit.
moment.
Kana sa nang kuan. Yapil na lumpia pod.
Ano yung comics ang lumpia?
Dili ang tala rapper. Media man.
Sayop di ka na True Philippine Ghost Stories di ka kumatubag.
Pero I mean, lagi, like, I'm glad nga Trese got the recognition it deserved. One could argue nga other Filipino media could have been done first, like Zaza Zasturnas.
Oh, Zaza.
That was
I think okay ra siya i-follow up.
Yeah.
ang
Kay
Zaza
mas
Zaturna.
niche man na siya compared sa kanang appeal sa Trese.
O ang Zaza Zaturna
Kay
kay
murag padung na diha kita naman ko sa like nag-follow man ko before pa ni gawas na yung mga issue. Follow mo ko sa kanang mga Pinoy comics ng mga page. Yung karon sige na sila promote sila mga shit ng karaan ang katong mga big hits nila before.
Sa na page na nagpapawala lang patay na ang
Dili ka na.
I'm there.
Uban, pero kana pod pero kanang nagpakita na sila bang there's a lot more than kaning dressing nga ganahan kay mo.
Yeah.
do.
Murag nagdagan pa mig supply mo na ilang murag mo ilang kuan bang ipakita nila.
Ang akong hope do no, even though kay ba ko far away pag kay siya. Kaya lang mo Condorilya, di ba? Kanang sa AM nga review ba nga kanang
Ay bilat.
Condorilya nga kuan, Condorilya siya nga it's a teledrama nga naay condor mixed with a gorilla in the mountains
Is
of
that
Cebu.
really? Is this serious?
Condorilya.
Condorilya.
You were there when it was written.
Kanang framing ra na siya nga device. Pero ang story kay kana gyapon filthy AM radio gyud nga kanang talks about sex and relationships ra gyapon. Ay
Nalay condor nga gorilla.
naay condor nga gorilla. Pero kuan gyapon. Kuan na gini siya kung naapay pulp magazines ang western nga kuan. Mao ni ang pulp magazine sa Filipino.
Kana si God the Wonderful eh.
Pulp sad na nga kuan.
God the Wonderful.
Natay pulp magazines mo kuan pag gid ni siya kanang
Before pa ka ng mga bomba.
kanang
Pinabi actual na
hidden
pulp magazine sa Pilipinas.
kanang kuan na gid na siya ba kanang behind the kuan na gid na siya ba niche siya tangnang niche na gid na siya pero dugay na kana I think it ran for 25 years or something.
Condorilya.
Condorilya. Grabe gid siya.
So daghan day kasi ko ano, daghang possibilities sa
Daghan,
mga Netflix
daghan.
gini.
Kuan
Maita.
Rami ni ang Batang Bronze.
Unsa na?
Adaptation na sa Netflix kay mo batagak siguro kung babang tanaw ko.
Ako kana, Captain Barbell.
Oh, parang nana may movie.
There's so many Captain Barbells,
remake.
so many Elastic Man, so many
Darna.
Like, there's more
But nindot
to deep
biya
dive.
pero nindot biya og Rogues Gallery si Darna even though
Si Valentina?
klaro
Rogues
kayo
Gallery.
kinupya ba? Kinupya gamay. Kaya nagod siya kontra nga murag cheetah rasad nga Wonder Woman, di ba? Ben Valentina was probably her most young Joker.
Yeah, Valentina is the Medusa, essentially.
Zuma.
Ano sa man?
Itong Zuma, itong may duha ka
Oh, that's the
snakes
frog
and
game, right? And then you like you shoot like the colored orbs.
Nabaya na sa E3 do. Dili ay pang close ra to sa loop. Para mahuman na. Para mahuman na pang full circle. Mga natin pang close sa podcast.
Sige, so we're out of time. Ivo, salamat kayo sa pagbisita.
Alright, it's a pleasure.
Tiny.
Ivo retain next episode.
Ivo na lang ano yun. Ikaw na lang sunod episode.
Nerd cred.
Sige. And anyway, thank you, Ivo. Evo.
Thanks, Tiny, also
Thanks,
for
Tiny.
your very opinionated opinions on Trese.
Game owns.
And our producer.
The game owns, we'll go back to that.
And
It's still
producer
Pride Month.
Ernest.
Ernest
Ay,
is
salamat.
here. Listeners, of course, thank you, Sud. Now, we don't know when you listen to this, nag-drive ka, nag-exercise ka, or you're doing chores, but at least I hope na-enjoy ka. And hopefully, you check out the stuff that we talked about.
And always remember to feed the geeks!
Stupid na nun. Yan, nakastupid na nun.
Wala to.
Sige, bye-bye.